Hello there, this is Denzin, and today I'm looking at this, which is my scarif table for Star Wars. This is an odd little table build that I've done using very small minis this time. We're going down to 6mm. Blimey, look at them. Tiny little fellas next to my finger. There we go, very small, like a tree on Endor, just knocking into him. Yeah, scarif from Rogue One, of course. This has been done with a table that I already had, this sort of tropical board. This was done for pirate games, Frostgrave's Ghost Archipelago, any of that sort of tropical sort of scenario. And I always thought, and Scarif, I've done it with Star Wars Legion, obviously a larger scale, Star Wars Legion. But with this, it's more sort of epic scale. These are all 3D prints from Skullforge, and Skullforge do some quite nice models which are to scale, I guess, with the X-Wing game, which I've never played. And I thought they looked really nice, so I thought I'd have a go, see what it was like. There are a few kits, individual ships like the X-Wings, as you can see there, the walkers, and the figures as well, the actual men. So there's some stormtroopers, they're tiny, tiny fellas. If I just pick one up, so you can get 5 little fellas on a stand there. Move them around. I've got the rebels to do. I haven't finished painting the rebels, but I've got a few stormtroopers there. Obviously, the easiest thing in the world to paint at such a small scale, white with a little bit of wash and a little highlight of a gun is all you need, isn't it? Really, let's face it. Same with a lot of Imperial stuff because it is kind of slate grey, isn't it? Quite easy to paint. Foliage, it's not even stuck down. It's just bits of green blob. There we go. And it works at that scale, doesn't it? Looks really nice. I do not know what game I'm going to play on this rules-wise. I was thinking Drop Fleet Commander, maybe. I've got a copy of that rule set, the original one. So I might have a look at that, see if there's any sort of proxies I can use for like walkers and so on. I did like the idea of maybe the rebels flying in, landing on the beach, and then the little units getting deployed, going on some little scenario missions, such as taking the landing pad there, holding certain areas, and then maybe in a couple of turns the X-Wings come in, so you have some air cover coming in, so yeah, I thought maybe Drop Fleet Commander. You might have a better idea. If you do, please let me know. Also, if you know of another company that do other 6mm Star Wars, because we're quite limited with what is available. For example, walkers. What I want is an AT-AT. Or, well, what is it in Rogue One? Sort of cargo walkers they have that are less armoured. Because you have the loading bays for them. That's what this is. So an AT-AT or a walker should fit in that. Skullforge, a little bit naughty because this stuff is obviously the minis are resin printed. These aren't. These are FDM printed. But when you buy them, the scenario pack here, you get all of this in one little go, which is quite good. You can print off as much as you want. You've got vents there, these little I don't know what you call them, nodes, I suppose, scattered about the place. You've got lights, the landing pad, the barracks building over there. It's really nice. The tramway system there, coming out there, so you can have the stormtroopers arrive out the doors there from the barracks. But when they advertise this on their website, they have a walker in this, and it doesn't say not available with this kit. It makes you feel like it is. And yet they don't sell it. It's not actually available on their website. So why is there an image of one? Where is it? Release it. Let us get a copy of it. For the most part, the prints have worked out really well, especially the scenery pieces. These have worked out really nicely. So like the vent shafts there. Really quick prints as well because they're so small. Same with the resin prints. I mean, the stormtroopers, blimey, you can get an entire army done in about an hour. Really, really quickly done. The ships and the vehicles are a little bit trickier. So, for example, the AT-STs here have a lot of support on a resin printer, and they're so flimsy. You've got to be really careful. These were my second attempts. First attempts, the legs were gone. There was no way. They were going to fall off. The legs did come off these, but I managed to salvage them and stick them back on again. Really fiddly things. You've got to be very careful with them. The ship's also an issue. Look at the warpage there on those wings. Bit of a bend going on. So I need to get some hot water on these. Bend that back on my, what are they called? Is it the skimiters, I think they're called? The aerial dogfighting ships, the TIEs. Atmospheric TIE fighters, I suppose. That one's not so bad. Different wing configuration above and below. Really nice addition to the TIE family there. Who aren't from Asia. And there's the my X-Wings. Blue Squadron, because that's kind of what you had in the film, isn't it? So nicely, very different colour scheme. And with the dropship as well, really nice. The U-Wing, isn't it? U-Wing. Comes in 2 configurations. So for landing, flying, unfortunately I snapped the end off. So of the wing, so I might have to do a bit of damage there. Maybe a bit of cotton wool smoke, like it's coming down, about to crash land. So that'd be nice. So at the minute, what I'm going to add to this is the Rebel troops. But other than the troops, the X-Wings, the U-Wing, that's it for the Rebels. For the Empire, there is a couple of things available that I haven't got here. So they do the Lambda class shuttle, which I think would be great just sitting on the landing pad. It's a shame they don't do the larger utility shuttle that's in Rogue One. That would be good, but they don't at the minute. Hopefully they will in the future. They also do the landing platform from Endor, which is a nice, on a proper platform. It's like an oil rig, isn't it? It's on a big platform, so AT-ATs can walk, again, walkers can walk up to it and unload. So that should be a similar height to this sort of thing. So that'd be a nice thing to do if you do Endor. And there's plenty of trees out there that you can print off for Endor. I'm supposing the walkers were for Endor as well. But it'd be good to expand the range. I know there's companies out there who do the Clone Wars at this sort of scale, so it would be nice to get more Imperial and more Rebel options for this sort of scale, even though there isn't a game for it. But there it is. There's my little scarif board. 4 foot by 4 foot. Here it is. And of course on these tiles you can see that I can reconfigure these any way I want, really, which is quite nice, depending on the scenario you want to do. But it looks good. I just need a game for it, really. Yeah. So maybe a little bit limited by the options that are available in the old 3D printing world at the minute, but hopefully that will change. But anyway, that's Scarif in just a few minutes. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any suggestions for anything, let me know, and I'll see you later. Cheerio.